Well, my brain's just took in a lot of information during that session. Some things that I didn't agree with that made me feel a bit angry. Some things that I felt like I already knew a bit about. A lot of interesting knowledge as well. We learnt a lot about how other civilizations used a holistic way of living and how different it is to how we live now. Thing I found quite challenging is that I am a very in-the-box kind of person. I like things to be able to fit in boxes, and if I can't put something in a box, or I can kind of half put it in a box but the lid won't go on, that spins me out a little bit, puts me out of my comfort zone. I'm also not very good at grey things, so everything for me has to be quite black or quite white. My initial reaction is to be quite resistant to some of these ideas because it's a bit scary to be challenged to not put things in boxes when putting things in boxes is the way you get through life, is the way you kind of process and understand life. Also, someone said to me this week that because I'm a Virgo, my natural tendency is to be quite critical, and I think that's true. One of the things that I did like was that we were asked to identify some things that made us feel whole and some things that made us feel separate, and it made me imagine myself a bit like a jigsaw. And so one of the things that made me feel separate was being very busy and being pulled from one place to the next and a lot of demands on my time. And one of the things that makes me feel whole is having time for myself to be creative. And I could suddenly visualise myself sitting down, doing something creative, and that relief I feel from all these separate parts of my internal jigsaw kind of coming together like that when I've got a second to just do something for myself. I quite like that image. The thing I felt like I knew about myself already was how, and there's something that I already buy into, is how our emotions can affect our actual physical health. I have had a cough and a coldy symptoms and been feeling a bit ugh for the last 3 weeks because I started a new job, and it's taken my stress levels right up because I'm very emotional, very reactive to, don't deal that well with new circumstances. So I knew I was going to come down with something because any kind of high emotion, negative emotion, will suppress my immune system and I'll just get whatever bug's going around. But in the session today we actually learn about the scientific experiments behind that and about how your DNA tenses or relaxes based on your emotions. And so for me that was really interesting to learn that there was science to back up something that I already knew about myself and have done for quite a long time. So I'm going to go away, I'm going to eat a sandwich, and I'm going to try and process everything that went into my brain today.